This is an audible Knotted Locs post. This is a really great post for those who are thinking about knotted locks, researching knotted locks, and are wondering, how do I approach this? So let's say you want to cut off your Sisterlocks, or you want to cut off your locks, small size locks. You know, that's what I specialize in. So I'm referring to small size locks. And you're feeling a bit lost and you come across this video. If you come across this video, it's time and you're meant to hear this video. So work with me, bear with me, because what I'm going to try and do is to explain to you my headspace and why I work in the specific way I work, and why when I advise you, why the advice seems very open and vague, but there is logic in my madness. So just listen through, and if this makes sense, then you know what to do at the end. My WhatsApp contact number is there. You can connect with me, and at least you kind of have an understanding of how Melissa works. I believe all African hair texture is beautiful. I believe it's way overdue us celebrating the individuality of our African texture hair. For us to celebrate the individuality of African texture hair, there's specific behaviors we need to adopt to ensure that we recognize the needs and wants of our hair, so our hair can flourish and our small size locks density, maximum fullness density, can be sustainable for the rest of our small size locks life. For this to happen, initially, when you come across me and you've done all the research, please understand, I do not teach consultants how to create knotted locks on somebody else's head. That is not why I exist. I specifically exist to support you on a private one-to-one, so that I give you the individual knowledge you need for you to be able to take care of your hair in small size locks with the knotted locks practice. But the way you will knot will be dependent on a lot of factors. That's why having that one-on-one attention with me, I can stare at you and then I can give you the relevant live advice tip to ensure that knotting your hair is done with ease, with comfort and with joy, in a very relaxed way. I've been doing this for about 5 years, and it started off with me wanting to save my locks because I just felt that it wasn't sustainable. I wasn't feeling the joy, the vitality, and my locks didn't feel very thriveful, alive, and I just wanted a change, and I wanted to interact with water. The reason why I encourage a consultation is there for me to meet you and for you to meet me, and for all questions you need to be answered during the consultation. So the consultation is where you understand my vision for you and your hair. You are able to ask me relevant questions, and then I start awakening and enlightening you about certain information you're giving me that you actually need to review and then put into practice, and then see how it applies to your hair, so that by the time you are ready to learn knotted locks, you already have a brilliant dialogue with me about how your hair reacts in certain situations with certain things. Every single one of us has a vision for our small size locks, has a vision for our future knotted locks, has a vision for our hair. What is your specific vision? This is what I understand during your consultation. What is your dream? What is your vision? What is your intention? What are your goals for your hair? And then we set the objectives, we set the challenges, and off you go. So you will notice something about me. When you ask me a question, I always stay open and I allow you to make an informed decision. So a typical question is, when can I have a consultation? Can I have a consultation just before I'm ready to learn knotted locks, or should I have a consultation? I've just had a retouch, should I have my consultation now? It is up to you. It is up to you what you choose to do. Everything I say, nothing that I advise you, information I give you is set in stone. Nothing is rigid. For you to be able to look after your hair in a very intuitive, adaptable way, independent thinking is crucial. There is an advantage to you doing a consultation as soon as you discover me, because then I start giving you instant, immediate tips, good practices that you can start doing immediately. The longer you stay away from talking to me and decide to have a consultation much closer to the time you're learning, the longer there's a lack of knowledge, right? And the shorter time span, you get to practice new knowledge when I do the consultation. Because when I consult with you, I give you new knowledge. So it's how comfortable are you with actually waiting for that information, or would you like the information now so you can put it in practice? But ultimately, it is about you making that informed decision, because you know how your brain space works. Please understand that if you decide like you're waiting 2 or 3 months later after first initially contacting me on WhatsApp, please understand that if that's what you're deciding and you've sent me a video, you're going to have to resend me a new video 2 or 3 months from now. I do not store any information on you. A video you've sent gets deleted immediately. I just believe in data protection, and I don't want your hair in my system and I actually haven't had a consultation with you. The only time your information is kept is when I know I'm having a consultation with you. So be prepared to start all over again if you decide you're going to wait for the 2 or 3 months to actually start the process of getting of having a consultation, of confirming a consultation, and then learning. Please also understand that everything I place is in the information I send you is a guide. So when I say 2 to 3 months, please do not think this is like fixed, because your 2-month growth might translate very different to somebody else's 2 months growth. It might be a lot more denser, a lot more thicker, right? So I always say, from the moment you're considering knotted locks, go with the feeling. That's what I feel like. Go with the feeling of how you are feeling about learning knotted locks. Go with the feeling of how do I feel about my growth. If you're beginning to panic and you want to live with ease, then contact me. You don't have to wait exactly 3 months. You can contact me early and say, Melissa, I'm actually worried about being a bit overwhelmed, so can we do the session earlier? I am super flexible. And that's why I'm not trying to teach a consultant, because I don't want my information to be misconstrued. I am super adaptable, and we can work together to ensure that you learn to actually adapt a new way of looking after your small size locks, and you learn knotted locks with ease. When I introduce knotted locks to you, I'm introducing knotted locks to you for an easier way of living with your small size locks. My advice to you is that if you're interested in knotted locks, the only person who will give you the accurate answer, information about your hair in preparation for you to learn knotted locks is Melissa Blake. Me. So instead of asking people who have learned knotted locks, who are probably online talking about knotted locks, instead of asking other people's opinion about your hair, what you need to do is speak to me. And so then when I see the video, I'll be able to give you advice relevant for your hair. So sometimes people think, I want to cut my hair a bit shorter before I learn knotted locks. Don't do that. Contact Melissa, and then I will give you the relevant advice. I want to join my knotted locks before I learn knotted locks. Don't do that. First contact Melissa, and then I will give you the relevant advice, because sometimes what you think is heavy is relative to your thought process. It's actually not heavy. It's actually you need to be patient and wait for healing to happen. And that happens with time. The same with wanting to join your locks. you don't actually know whether your locks could be much thicker when you transition to knotted locks, because you're not interfering with your hair as much, and hydration is introduced immediately, and just a clever, more smarter, healthier, intelligent way is introduced to you instantly when you move into knotted locks. So instead of rushing and doing things that maybe you don't need to do because you need to live a life of ease, how about you just wait, you learn knotted locks, and then you discover information about your hair that you never knew was there. Does this make sense? Now, if this makes sense to you, again, if you decide you want to color your hair, it is better to have a conversation with me first before you then make that decision, because then I can advise you according to the information you give me, the environment, lifestyle, anything like that. I can give you the relevant information. Everybody's needs and wants and behaviors with their small size locks in knotted locks will be individual to that person, because each of us is grown and each of us has different hair textures and has to work with our hair in different ways. For me to give you the ultimate information for you to walk away from our learning session with great confidence, complete ease, knowing that all you need to do now is top up your knowledge, I need to speak to you on a one-to-one to understand and see who you are and how your brain works. And according to however your brain works and however your behavior is, I'm able to give you the information you need. My role is to give you the information you need to knot your hair. Your role is to believe in yourself. It's to believe when you come ready to go. I have great confidence in the fact that I have this intention. I want to learn knotted locks, and I believe my hands can do it, because all you need is some water and some oil and your hands and a confidence and a self-belief in your ability to learn. The fact that you look at my work and you critique my work to decide whether you like my work or not is irrelevant, because ultimately I'm about to teach you how to knot your own small size locks. My contact details are in the comment box at the end of this post, and I hope the information I'm sharing with you today makes perfect sense. And if it does, you know what to do. Get in touch on my WhatsApp. Thank you so much for listening to this post. I hope it has been very informative for you, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have the best day ever. Take care of yourself. Bye.